This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Dev Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And we are back with another one. And before we get into it, we're going to talk about something today, get a little spicy out this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, to the left of me.
Y'all already know it's your girl Walesca D, the fashionista. Y'all already know I'm here with my Kango hat. I'm real chill today. You know, I got my V-Highs on. I got my Get Well Soon, you know, T. Shout out to Virginia. This is her line. And you know, to the left of me.
I be caught up in like the fashion shit. I be like,
he hacked off my sneakers. He want me to put him on.
Yeah. Nah, they look nice. They icy, nice spring
What
joints.
are they?
They're V-Highs.
Okay.
Spring joints. Yeah.
See the calves though?
Listen.
I'm working, baby. Y'all want this nasty girl Wally? I'm working.
Oh, y'all better hit that Veg button. Y'all better ante up, get like Christine in that chat. They usually hear Wally talking.
Christine dropped that 200. What y'all doing? Y'all
dropped
playing.
that bag. She got them birds. Christine, well, listen, we ain't gonna get in your business, but be careful out there.
Yeah,
She got them bricks.
And to the left of her.
Yeah, hey, man, listen, y'all know what it is. It's double P. Why? Because 2 is always better than 1, right? It's Pistol Porter, it's Pyrex Porter. I still, you know, the streets love me. That shit had never changed. I'm you know, I did well in the streets. You know what I mean? So that type shit never changed. But all the other pieces still, I'm still at the swimming pool. I'm still on the pull-up bar. I'm doing me. I haven't been near a Pyrex, but I still know the methods. You know what I'm saying?
The recipe?
Yeah. I'm always a priority. That's definitely. I'm glad we here now at that stage, and that'll never change. And you know, y'all know the rest. Y'all got the rest. I still use a little profanity. I'm working on it. You know what I mean? But I'm polite P. Let's add that one.
Okay.
Polite P.
Polite Porter, man.
Polite Porter.
Well, you know, we always got the nasty girls in the building. Of course, to the left of me, we got Sin City in the building. You know what I'm saying? And we got Angelina Adventures behind the bar. You know what I'm saying? We got her behind the bar. Now, we gonna jump right into it, man, because a lot of people out there be talking, man. A lot of these niggas be out here talking super pimpish, super pushing
like
player.
Bishop Magic Don Juan pimpish.
Yeah, just a lot of pimping. And then sometimes, you know, when the action happens, when something happens with a woman,
right,
you know, it all changes. So what I want to ask everybody, and maybe get some stories from the different individuals on this podcast, is, can you really take it to a sexual level with a homie and no feelings change at all?
I'm no feeling sin. I'm just kidding.
Hold on. She jumped in.
I like that name.
Hold on. Go ahead. So you saying...
I've slept with people and caught no attraction, and I can walk by them and be like, "What's up?"
So you really like a sociopath of sex?
No, it's like, when you watch porn, do you love who you're looking at when you're jerking off to them?
That's a weird analogy.
That's that's a super strange analogy, since that's a penis on camera, not a penis inside of your
pussy
vagina.
on camera for you.
But I'm saying it's a vagina, is a penis inside of you.
But when you're looking at it afterwards, you're not like, "Oh my God, I fell in love with that person."
I could totally be friends with the guy after.
Yeah.
Only reason I kind of like the example, because it just goes back to, like, it's just a nut. In a lot of predicaments, it's just a nut, right? So that's kind of like why
a friend helping out a friend. Thank you for getting that off my chest. I appreciate
on your chest,
you.
possibly.
I feel
I'll see
like
you next week.
I feel like
or next month.
place?
Yeah, next month.
I feel like it's possible, but again, for me, it always goes back to like communication. Like, if two friends is communicating to the point where they know, like they them probably like, I guess kind of like let each other know that they attracted to each other somewhat, somehow, right? But they not really for each other.
I like your dick. Your
But then they
personality's trash.
I don't know.
Or the other way around, actually.
I do see it possible because I know guys that are different from me, and they, you know, they was kind of like more like, you know, they were single. They were single, and they did them. You know what I'm saying? And I know women who they was cool with, who was kind of like almost like a female nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure that they piped and have had some fun, but they was definitely able to just
keep it moving,
switch it right off, and tomorrow morning they go out on a double date.
Right.
Damn, you able to do that, Wally?
I can't. I'm for me, it's yes, I would love to be intimate with somebody, right? You know, whatever, but like I can't just be intimate with somebody and then just like not speak to them again, or just like it's a friend and be intimate and not have no feeling. I'm a Cancer, so I'm emotional at heart, especially on the surface level. So yeah, I can't see myself doing that. And I think it takes a lot out of me to be intimate with someone as well, too, though. It has to have some type of like feeling behind that. It has to be like some emotion or something.
Or tequila.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's happened drunk, like for me.
That's true though. Tequila can do it. That's true.
And then never happened again.
But I had somebody tried to have sex, but like definitely try to like kiss. That was a friend. Oh. And I couldn't. Even though we were drinking and stuff like that, I couldn't, because I just know, like, I don't know why I think logically sometimes, but in that moment, I literally thought logically. I was like, absolutely not.
But hold on, was it an attraction issue, or it was because you thought about the fact that if we do this, you're going to feel a way about it?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's not going to work.
It's good that you're in tune with that, though, because it is so many people that feel like they can do that, and that it's going to be nothing, and it always changes. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on how close
women, though.
It depends on how close the friendship too, because I'm not going to do it with my best guy friend. Like, oh, you're my best guy friend. You know
That's a really good one, because when I was literally like young, like 21 or something like that, I had a girl that was my friend that kept on telling me like, nah, it'll just be that. You know, you my peoples. We knew each other from high school, all of that shit.
It would have to be like a male acquaintance, not a male like.
Shit, right. I remember her being out Stockton Station crying outside my crib, like whole scene, like it definitely changed, and it fucked everything up. Where
because
it was like,
she really
this is my people.
Yeah, she liked you essentially, and like I think, and we had this conversation in previous episodes where, you know, women, they think they'll
change your mind.
They think that they're gonna change your mind, right?
Because they like, this pussy is top notch,
right?
Nigga.
And I'm gonna change his life, and he gonna want me. And
first of all, every bitch think they pussy's top
notch. But niggas, we do that too. We do that too. We'll be like, nah, I'm a pipe her down afterwards. She's gonna be
then
addicted.
You blowing up her phone,
and they pull it out, and we're like, wow. That's it. Just kidding.
No, but sometimes I feel like you gotta realize, you know, what you getting yourself into when you doing that, essentially. Like, I know for me, not all women are like that. There are women that literally like that can have sex with somebody and have no emotion attached to that. There are women out there, but for me, I can only speak for myself. I know I can't do that.
I actually think that it's men, you know, it's men and women out there like that. And I think that most of the times when it's able to happen, it's because those two collide. They worlds meet, and you know, they realize that they can do it.
I wonder just a Porta guesses. Out of 10, how situations like that, how many you think would be those perfect world collide out of 10? Out of 10 friend fucks. Just a guess, because we don't got the numbers, but we just do the Porta science.
It's not a lot, because it's really like, it's kind of like,
I would say 2 out of that 10.
I like 2. I would say
that's
one of my favorite numbers.
Because it's very rare. Yeah, it's very rare when that happens. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like,
I think it's less than 2.
Yeah.
And I'm saying 2 just off the like.
Most of the time, I feel like, when that shit happens, I think, and it's just, again, opinions, right? I think that shit happens like unscripted, unplanned.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. Because these are people who really like they almost again the female almost in this situation. I see her as like a nigga. So I feel like that's why they so cool and so you know what I mean. And it could happen like just on like a crazy night.
Or it can happen by mistake too, though.
Or y'all just vibing mad hard.
It could probably happen on. It could probably happen on a double date.
But on a vibing. But that's the whole thing is if you know somebody and you know them in a certain light, like you work with them or they your homie, when you fuck them, that's a different light. You literally never saw them like this. Like when you really get into the detail of what's happening, you hitting, you looking, you never seen them butt ass naked. You never heard these noises. You don't
right.
It's a whole different like connection. Cause look how people are jealous about just their friends. Like they chilling with this nigga more than that's my best friend.
Right.
And girls is heavy with like this my best friend, and now you chilling with this person. So imagine a level it go to after motherfuckers done, exchange bodily fluids and all types of crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It can cause a lot. Like even you see it in movies all the time. Like the movie Brown Sugar. When he literally kissed Sanaa Lathan. Well, he came to get consoled to some degree.
Brown Sugar, is that Love and Rap? It's like Love and Basketball, but with rapping. Was that Brown Sugar?
Yeah, it was like she was working for
a record company. No, she was a writer.
Magazine.
Yeah, I call that Love and Rap because it's Sanaa Lathan. Go ahead. Yeah.
So basically, like he comes over. This is her friend. Tay Diggs. He comes over. He's about to get married. Right? He's getting married literally the next day. He's telling his best friend that he quit his job, and she's like, "It's gonna be okay." They're hugging. Whatever. Then it goes from hugging to now he's getting piped. Now they didn't have sex yet.
Oh man.
But they start the build. But
that was crazy. I thought that's where it was going.
But you gotta think about it. The kissing made her, even at the wedding, you could tell she was watching them get married. And she still exactly. So that's just kissing.
I feel like the kissing alone
is more passionate.
Not even that it's more passionate though. When either partner, right? When initiation of a kiss comes, and either partner, the other partner, go ahead and goes forward with it. It was some attraction there.
Yeah, I know.
It was attraction there,
especially if you receive it too.
Because if you're not attracted,
you're gonna be like,
you out of there.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like in certain scenarios, for us to like fully kind of like go through with it, it gotta kind of like be some type of attraction there.
Can I flip it for y'all though?
Go ahead.
So say in a scenario, right? It's your best friend. Right? You think she's beautiful, whatever. But this is you cool, like you vibe with her, and she tries to kiss you, right?
Yeah.
Would you push her away? Y'all both are single.
Yeah, but you got to.
She your best friend.
If you really, but this is the difference. It's like what Porta said.
Vice versa.
Unless you already had something there, you know what I mean? Like that you kind of hoped for or wished for in the back of your head. It's gonna be like Porta said. You gonna be out of there because this whole situation is like you might be actually it could be a heartbreaking situation. Like you're beyond disappointed because now damn my nigga, like what the fuck is you doing? I thought you was like my cousin,
right?
And now I don't know how to act around you because I thought we was like family members or something like that. And,
that's to me that would be the response from a person who has no attraction there, right? But
what about my thing is, what about if y'all do though?
I feel like if you do, I feel like me personally, if you do, right, and it was some attraction there, it would go back to communication. Instantly, I would be like, what are we doing? What are you doing? What are we doing?
They're never going to communicate truth.
But that's what makes that's part of that. Listen, I'm glad you said that, Dev, because that brings us back to our point here on the Devinwade Show. We focus on communication so much, and I don't ever want to stop.
Yep.
I want to keep going. I want to drill communication till they get tired of me saying communication, right? Because that's what it boils down to, right? When we don't communicate, is when like the bullshit happens, right? Communication is key, bro, because if in a situation like that happens, let's say, like I said, if it was attraction there, right? You kind of like just want to make sure that this ain't no drunk shit.
Yep.
This ain't no whatever, you trying to just because you cherish the friendship as well.
That's the big part.
It doesn't have to ruin the friendship, though. I literally got fucked up, fucked one of my good guy friends, and the next day we were like, that was stupid, and never fucking did it again. And we didn't even it wasn't even good sex. We were just really fucked up, and literally it was no problem. We're still friends to this day.
That's real. But that's real and dope.
But what would happen?
That's real and dope.
What would have happened if he would have been like, listen, we did what we did. I never looked at you like that before, but now I can't see you no different.
Right.
But that didn't happen. I literally got him my girlfriend the next day to have sex with. I'm like, here, we're moving on real quick. Right.
Homie doing big things, man.
I was like, you guys hook up. Okay.
She's like, I can't be the last one.
Yeah. And literally the next night, I got a girl for him.
Oh,
You know what's crazy? And it all boils down to the individual, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
definitely
Angelina probably really didn't care. Like, you know what? We did it. We happened. For me, like I said, I'm an emotional person. It's hard for me, and that's why I know my boundaries. I know what to do, what not to do, because I know, like, if I do this, I'm gonna overreact. And what's that statement you said earlier? Just
about which one? About what?
No, about what you said when you was like, they're not gonna be honest.
Be honest about the communication, because everybody says like, oh nah, it ain't nothing. It's just easy. We can just
right.
Because they're afraid on what the rebuttalment's going to be. Because if they say what they really feel, then they're going to be like, oh my God, I don't know how they're going to react.
Exactly.
So let me tell them what I think they want to hear.
Or they don't know.
Right.
In their heart, they really do feel like, no, nigga.
But they don't want to say that.
We going to just rock out.
Yeah.
No, they might be like, yo, we really going to rock out, and they mean it. But then afterwards, they thinking about it. I've actually made this mistake in my young life a few times. Like not learning, just being a nigga and being like, all right, she said, it'll just be that.
Yeah, but nah.
The last John said that, and then something happened, and then the things they start asking was weirder. They started acting a little bit different. It was
like,
just
what
a
we
different.
doing, Dev? Like,
It wasn't that direct.
I haven't seen
Like,
you
what
in 2
would they
weeks.
say?
We'll be
Like-
hanging out next.
I think it was more like they didn't tell the same kind of jokes, or they might not mention other people no more. Where before, because this is just my homie, they gonna bring up like a dude they went on a date with.
Oh, me and Greg went to the park the other day.
Or like I'm at this number, but now it's like I don't hear nothing about that. It's you're acting more like a girl that I would be talking to.
Yeah.
And I ran into that a few times and definitely fucked up, cool, dope situations because I thought that. And I know a lot of niggas do it too. Like a nigga will act like he don't care until one of his boys want to try to bomb. So what she said was crazy because in her situation, I get it what Angelina said, because she threw him another chick the next day. But a lot of times what happens is you fuck with the dude and then you bring around a friend.
And she does.
He sees the friend.
Yep.
He see the friend, and now he like, yo, he slide over there, he talking to your friend, and you like, how you gonna try to like fuck my girl? Well,
you wasn't just licking my asshole last night.
Why is that the example?
I don't
know. I thought go big or go home.
I'm saying that's an exact quote.
I mean,
I ain't never said that.
Again, listen,
go big or go home.
Again, it could get crazy if we allow it. If you allow it, it can get crazy. Because again, I do know those situations where like a nigga might have fucked like because I would look at her as like the alpha of the female clique, right? She almost like I keep saying that she's almost like a man.
Yeah.
She probably fucked my man on a wild night. But even after that, she's still with him fucking other bitches. Yeah. She an alpha. She she moved different. So I just feel like it can happen, but everything ain't for everybody. Everybody can't relate to that.
And I feel like it's easier for like a guy, or I feel like it's kind of easier if you have the mindset like how I have, where I can like disattach like what I'm like. I know that if I'm gonna have feelings out of it, then I better be sure that I'm gonna do it. There's like I have the mental space to be like, you know what I mean?
That's G shit, and no bullshit. Most men, they have that. and they deal.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said, like, for men, it's probably easier for them to, you know, do that and separate with their friends than it is for a female. So I see where Wally's coming from with the whole being attached thing. Because me, like, in my head, I'll be like, all right, like, I know that I like the way this person's moving. I like the way the person talks. I can potentially see myself with this person, but I know that I can't do that. I'm not going to put myself in that situation.
Right.
But if it's like a guy acquaintance and I'm like, oh, I thought he was cute from back then. It's whatever. We're going to have a good time, see where it goes, whatever. Didn't go nowhere. Okay. If I see him again, I'm not going to be weird about it. I'm like, oh, hey.
That's a big, her saying the acquaintance part kind of puts like a buffer.
Yeah, like
in between the situation, because if it's a person that you look at and you already say, no, I love this person as a friend. I fuck with them. They funny as hell. I want to chill with them every day.
I'm not going to be like,
but then you find out he got bomb dick too. So now you like, I actually love him as a person. Not in love with him, but I love him as a person. He cool as hell. I want to chill with him every day, and I would like to fuck him every day. That starts
difficult.
Turning into
a relationship that you weren't even ready for.
If the dick was bomb, maybe it would have been different.
So let me ask you. So now I'm putting my business out there.
That's what. Ain't this what podcasting is?
We've all done.
You know,
a little too much.
It's nothing crazy, but everybody always had that person they will always kind of like go back to. You never been in a relationship with them. You never kind of like, it was just somebody you like, you was interested in, but it was that person you would just always be intimate with regardless. Like if you were in the middle of a breakup, you would go to that person because it was just like comfortability. The person had great qualities, but you never like pursued them. Does that count as that? Like I can legit be intimate with him. Yeah. And not like
I think that counts.
And not like I could be okay. So for example, I think it counts. I could be intimate with him today,
and then not talk
to him for like 3 weeks.
I think that
counts.
So I understand who you are.
Yeah,
that's who I was to a bunch of bitches.
Damn nasty.
That's who I was. I wasn't boyfriend material. I was fun nigga.
Right.
When they get into some bullshit. Next thing you know, my phone going to ring. But they going to disappear eventually.
Right.
You know what I mean? But some of them I might have really fucked with. Some I was just like, oh shit, good cooch came back around. And then some of them was like, hold on, maybe this is my shot. But it wasn't.
Right.
I'm literally like.
But did you tell them that when they came back around?
What you mean? Tell them what?
So like you said some of them, you're like, okay, the good box came back. But like for the ones that you wanted to stay, did you ever like communication on the Devinwade Show? Did you ever communicate to them that like, hey,
I feel like with some people,
you came around a couple times now, and now I'm kind of feeling it.
I feel like they actually already knew where I stood with it. Like I know Dev is going to pick up the phone because I know he fuck with me.
And they
like,
used it to their advantage.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you share like, hey, so say if they're in that single phase, right, and you feeling it. And you're like, you know what? I could potentially
apply more pressure so they don't go.
Would you do that?
No. So what I'm telling you is they already know that I'm all the way in. Like they could get with me today.
Yeah. Okay, so if they be like, I'm ready for you, I'm doing it.
Yeah, they already know. They already know they got me.
Right.
That's why they know they could come back. So you got some that know they could come back because he liked me, and then some that come back because he going to want.
Did you give them the ultimatum though? Like I ain't gonna be your fun boy no more.
He not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
He was like a single, but Dad was a single nigga. He didn't have no problem being used in those days.
Yeah.
Right, because he didn't have a relationship. And that's crazy because I think back with that person knows who they are. But, you know, I always thought back like, dang, if I would have ever gave that person an opportunity, and I actually conversed with him about it, and he was like, there was a window that both of us was like, you know, but I guess for me, like, I kind of like just moved on. And I guess in that moment, if I was like, yo,
you shattered him. I don't care what you said.
I don't think I shattered him. I think in that moment, like he didn't really project and really say what he wanted to do in that moment.
He was guarded. You shattered him.
And you probably think about like, where would we be now if like you never jumped out of that little, you know what I mean?
And it was always like a back and forth thing. It was like,
great
looking guy too. Like,
see, I never front. Listen, I never front because Porter said something. He said, you don't use me. Nah, I'm a Drake ass nigga. I'm like Marvin's Room where he was just like, I guess I'm just gonna kick it over here then. Like, when he was talking to chick. Like I was definitely one of those niggas that even if I'm getting a cooch, I'm sad afterwards. Like, damn, she went back to bull. So I guess I gotta like fuck a bunch of bitches to get her out of my head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely one of them drink ass niggas.
But did you ever? All right, let me ask you this. Right. I love this. Did you ever love any of them?
What you mean?
Like love them? Like say like I love you.
And like felt it.
And
not
felt
just
it.
say
like
it.
not just
but
say it.
felt
There's a
it.
difference. But you was like, you know what? I
felt
love
it,
her.
so you said it.
Yeah. And I used to love like two bitches at once. I love both of these bitches.
but it be like
No, but it's just real. No, it's real. It's like I love both of
But
these
that's ain't that how affairs and shit like that
No,
happen?
that really
Nah.
happened.
Yeah.
No, that really what
It can
happened.
happen.
Even when I was a cheater, it would be
He
like
had an
I'll
affair
fuck
with his
both
two
of
side
them.
pieces.
Yeah, like I fuck with both of them.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I had mad. I'm not gonna say I was in love, but I really like cared for that person. Like I loved him. Like I think to this day, if I see him, I got love for him. But it's just like, yeah, like he told me I loved him. He told me he loved me.
Yo, send a message, bro.
No.
That's what
Not
I
even that. What I'm saying is, it's just like y'all just kind of triggered something in me that I never even really thought about it in this. With us having this conversation, it's kind of like bringing it up for me. But I didn't realize like
She over here.
he was
"Take
a
shot
friend
for me."
essentially because I could call him and we could talk about whatever.
Yo, call him.
Essentially, he's a friend, but at the same time, like in those moments, I don't want to say used him, but
Women. So this is the part. So you never look at it like if you get banged out crazy, you love the bang out, whether you love the boy or not. Some kind of feelings there. You don't feel away like somebody else is getting the dick. You don't feel like that. You don't feel like that at all.
I mean, they might be, but it depends on how I feel. I may not care.
I'm sick.
you know what? I didn't care because like I knew I was not committed to him.
Right. If I'm not
But
in that space.
I knew for some reason I wasn't committed to him, and he wasn't committed to me. But I knew that he'll probably do whatever
if
he's
we're
doing. But at the end of the day, it never made me feel away.
For
And
me-
I think it's because he always picked up that call.
For me, I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest. And for me, as you know, on the male side, like even if I'm not committed to them, right? And I like that pussy.
Oh my! But like you said, don't you just want to be happy?
No, hold on. Let me finish.
Finish it.
And I like that pussy. And we not committed. I kind of like start wondering where my pussy go. Where my pussy at? Like no bullshit. And don't get me wrong. If we committed, even if let's say we made the agreement to just we friends and we just doing what we doing,
Right.
it's on me. It's on me.
I think it's on both
I
of
feel
us.
like most women only fuck one guy at a time, though. Like,
I accept
yeah.
it. Listen,
I mean, I don't. I fuck one dick at a time. Like, I'm not gonna risk anyone.
right. I know that's respect. We respect that.
That's respect.
We respect that, Angelina.
But
I'm
that
just
also
saying-
means she goes raw. Let's continue.
Stop. Because the condom keeps busting.
Anyway,
I mean, we all have our issues with condoms, but we all don't like Trojan.
gotta get tested between partners.
No, but listen,
Keep it safe.
That's facts.
real shit is this, right? Whether we're committed or not, right? When you sexually indulge, I feel that's like a new level, a certain level, right? And because it's a certain level, and if you feel like you like it, and you like it means that you'll be back at this level. You
Right.
plan to be back at this level, and you hope to be back at this level, right? Because you like it. So my whole thing is like, when it gets to that point, of course,
When you get addicted.
I don't know.
Look like he about to bust.
I don't know how I
Out the
feel.
dome.
I don't know how I feel about sharing an amazing level for me.
But what about if it's not like, okay, it's not essentially sharing. They're just moving on.
So but this is the problem. So this is why I like having this talk, is because people say there's no feelings at all. Now, when you get repeat pussy, you know what I'm saying, or a woman getting repeat dick, now that's your dick, but then y'all just friends. It ain't never going nowhere.
They still going
and then
trip.
that person,
And then
that
disappear.
person is just like, guess what, man? I just met this woman, Sheila. She's
Or
the light
not
of my
even
life.
that. Not even that. The dick just disappeared.
Wait, what's
Yeah, they ghost you. That's
wait.
more likely.
What's the time frame between the dick? Are they fucking every week?
Yo,
Are they
you all fuck partners. Y'all fucking. And now your fuck
I think the
partner.
time frame matters.
But now your fuck partner is like, listen,
Does.
I can't be your fuck partner no more because I done went and got somebody. I don't see most women saying, cool, you know, you just my nigga. All good. Blessings.
No, that's not happening.
Blessings.
I'm not gonna lie. I never, anytime like I moved on to a relationship, I never like been like, hey, I moved on to a relationship. It was just kind of like I faded, like.
You ghosted. Yeah, you ghosted him.
I don't want to say ghosted.
You ghosted him.
That's not the word I want to use.
You ghosted him.
In
You
this
had a
situation.
nigga.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to use that word.
But you don't want to use it.
She was giving the same energy that she was giving.
I don't subscribe to the word.
If he let her fade, that means he wasn't letting go nothing that he didn't want to let go.
No, she faded on him.
But that's what I'm saying.
I did fade.
Versa.
I don't want to subscribe to the word
He
ghosted.
was no. This is what happened. He was still calling like he's regular self. She was chilling with Johnny New nigga.
Johnny Newman.
Johnny New Dick.
I cannot.
So Johnny New Dick, she's over there with him and he's hitting her up and she's saying, I hope he just gets the message by me not communicating back.
Well, that's the definition of ghosting.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you did.
I do not subscribe to the word.
She doesn't
ghosted.
identify as a ghoster.
Okay, she pulled a phantom on him.
I like that better.
A Houdini.
Yes. That's how I would do it. So that's what I'm saying.
Don't flee me, because that could throw me off.
She did the phantom fade out.
We not intimate, so I ain't gotta flee you. You always gonna be around.
We're not talking about talking.
She mentally already jumped ship. She don't gotta flee you.
She already go crazy on me. But nah, my thing is, I would rather you tell me straight up, because if you don't tell me and then try to like let me guess, like that could be taken the wrong way. We believe that since the beginning of time, we always used to believe that some women play hard to get.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So it's like when you fronting on me,
That
that
was my
might make
fault.
some
I
niggas
took
go harder
accountability.
when
That's
you don't
true.
directly communicate and say, yo, like Dev said it best, right? This is the way that, let me teach you how to turn a nigga down. Let me teach guys. Let me teach guys. No, not even for y'all. Let me teach guys how to turn a woman down, right?
Can you teach us
I'm
how
not
to turn y'all down?
interested. I'm with somebody. This is what I can't.
I did that once.
It's
He said, no,
hope.
fuck that nigga, you my bitch.
It's no hope,
It's
never
no hope. It's
for
no
the
hope.
future.
No
Not
hope.
now, not never, but
That's
you all right.
cold.
I see you later.
And then you gonna be like, that fucking bitch is cold.
Nah, but it's permanent and it lets you know something, because if you give me that, like I told y'all, you give me that one shining
No,
light.
I've said that to somebody
Yo,
once,
listen.
and they said
I don't wanna
they
say
called
that.
me. And I
Listen,
said,
no, don't
hey,
get me wrong.
That's just me.
Sin, I know we make it a little extra here, but don't get me wrong. Whenever I've been rejected by females, they simply said, in a lot of occasions, they simply
Listen,
said,
it's
hey, I have a man. You know, once we get to that point, they might even say, how you doing? When you say how you doing, but then you leap your next question and they say, I'm sorry, I'm married.
Listen,
Boop.
things change.
I'm in the win.
Yeah.
So we might make it a little extra here, but all you really got to do is let a nigga know what it is.
When I was in my last relationship, there was this guy from like middle school summer going into my high school year. And, you know, we broke up once I went into high school because the real guy that I wanted to be with, who I went to elementary school with, finally asked me to be his girlfriend in high school. We ended up being off and on for the first 3 years of my high school life. So he was kind of like the dude before him. When I started dating my last serious relationship, he called me in like the first like month of me and this guy dating. And he was like, hey, like, what's going on? And I answered the phone and my guy's sitting right there. And I'm like, oh, like, listen, we're not going to be together anymore. Like, obviously, like, you're old. You're like two dudes ago. So, like, you know it was done. And he was like, no, fuck that nigga. You my bitch. Straight like that. And I said, anyway, now you're being disrespectful. And now I'm getting off the phone with
that
you.
man turned into the Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk.
And he
Fuck
was,
you. It's
yeah,
me for
yeah,
Ringo.
he was like, no, fuck that, you mine. And I was like, now you're getting hung up on. And I had to hang up on him.
See,
and
he thought that was going to work. He thought that was going to have you like, damn, this nigga was aggressive. I'm
are like, oh my gosh, he was really more serious about me than I thought he was.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to him since. I think he followed me on Instagram a couple times.
And he watches the Devinwade Show, man. Salute.
Probably. Shout out to you.
Damn.
Cheers.
I mean, people out there, man, y'all got to make your own decisions. We try to bring the conversation to the forefront. I know that a lot of people say that they cool with stuff. It's the same way dudes say, oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, that's just my homie. You could fuck her.
Right.
And then you go and fuck her. And them niggas is mad as hell at you. They feeling the type of way. They hitting her phone. I can't believe you fucked my brother. That nigga, that's like my brother, you whore. And it's like, yo, you gave him the go.
Nah, that's G shit.
You know what I'm saying? I learned
That's G
that
shit.
early, that I had to spare myself even when I see my homie with a shorty. The shorty say something to me. You know what I mean? He say it's all good. Go ahead, Dev. that's just my peoples.
Right.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because if I got to use my own discernment and say, it's probably more there and this ain't worth it. Me and him he gonna feel a way towards me.
Right.
And it's the same thing with your opposite sex homies. If y'all going to indulge in something, know that you risking. At least know it's a possibility that things will never be the same again because either you feel a way or you're going to feel different later, or, you know, it just changes the whole dynamic.
That's
you know
why,
what I'm saying?
That's why my answer was I would instantly pause and have that conversation, and it would go back to communication for me, because it's the friendship that we have at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm sure we've all, let's just be honest real quick. And this is what I was trying to tell the people in the chat who was coming at me like, nah, if y'all friends, if you and a female friends, you know, y'all friends forever, that'll never change. Like, nigga, is you most relationships, marriages, all that shit came from a friendship.
That's a fact.
You weirdo ass, whatever.
Right.
But
calm down.
Yeah, I'm gonna pipe down.
I'm pipe down.
But my whole thing just be like, yo, like everything stems from the friendship a lot of the time. So this is why it's in my opinion, it's important for the communication to kind of like get implemented at every level and every stage. And at a point like that, you would be like, yo, hold up. And it might be, it's not that I wouldn't do this, but what are we doing? Because we've already done something for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's communication.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Communication, man.
I know exactly what you're saying. Because also, too, like me, when I did something like this before with a chick and that I worked with, and then she did a lot of stuff like, if she did the flirtiness in front of everybody, you know what I'm saying? It was more like that. It was like kind of like, you grab my dick, but there's other people around where they looking, oh shit, my nigga, like what's up with y'all? What happened with y'all? Like, where I'm trying to like play it lower.
But would you rather her do it in front of everybody or like in public? Then you like, oh, now she trying to get at me.
But no, this was the thing. If she's doing it in public, basically kind of putting a stamp like, Dev is me.
Yeah.
Because if all the other girls, everybody that we work with, all of a sudden you doing shit that's like, when she get that comfortable to do that with that nigga right there? Because nobody know that we already fucking. You know what I'm saying? But now she just doing like wild shit in front of everybody. That's like, yo, you just grabbed my joint in front of everybody near the copy machines.
Real quick.
Yeah, we next to the copiers. You grabbing cop. It's crazy.
It could get deep.
We holding pockets.
Two different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Too deep. In Too Deep LL sponsored this joint.
Yo, this is another situation too, man. Going around friends in the industry we in. This happens a whole lot. You know one person, you know another person. They don't know each other, but now your friend on one side kind of go around you. Maybe you not in the room, or maybe they met, but then they DM'd them and they're doing some kind of business. Sometimes it's even crazier where the people didn't meet. They use your name.
Right.
They use your name like, oh, yo, I'm Dev, man. Yeah, you know Dev Wade, that's my homie. Yeah, that's that Dev, you know, we do all this shit together. And then they use your name as the reference to do some kind of business or something with a person, and then that shit goes
Does it have to be business though?
It don't necessarily have to be business in a situation that had one of the situations that happened with me. It was a financial situation.
Got it.
It was somebody saw one of my peoples that was like up with money, went around me somehow, borrowed money from this person. I know nothing about it, and then didn't pay him.
And basically, now you can vouch for them.
It kind of like, for me, right, just to set it off. For me, it kind of like reminds me of like a street rule, right? Where in the streets, if I take you to my plug and I get you what the fuck you need, right? But you went through me to get to my plug, you keep going through me. You don't never go around me and try to get direct. That's my plug. He know me. He don't know you. For all he know, you could turn him in and get him 50 years. He know my loyalty is what got me this plug. Know what I'm saying? My characteristics, all that shit. So for me, it kind of like reminds me of that. And for real, it's definitely like, you know, it's just it's shade. It's shade. You don't do things like that. You know, it's respectful things. If I introduce you to somebody, this is my man, you see he well off, he's successful, whatever the case may be, right? This my friend though. And it's not my friend because he's well off. We way past that. That's why the friendship has been able to been established, right? So you kind of like fuck that up by bringing your bullshit, the same bullshit that you would bring to me directly. And you know, I'm probably already tired of it. I probably already experienced it 3-4 times. You borrow money, can't pay back, excuses when it's time to pay back. Now you ready to target my homie that I introduced you to. Yeah. It's a stone cold foul play, right? And it reminds me of a situation. I got a story real quick if we got time. I got a story. But it reminds me of a story of one of my homies who introduced me to one of his homies who owned like a few clubs, right? In a certain city, right? And we used to go out there and party at the nigga clubs. Like it's whatever. And my homie used to tell me like, nah, it's my homie. And when I met the homie, it was like, he was like, you his homie? You my homie. And I was like, say less, nigga. We all homies. Like, and then eventually later, a new homie came into the picture that was my man's homie, right? From a different place. He wasn't from our small clique. Because our small clique came from a certain place. He was a little bit on the outside. And he came into the picture. And my man brought him in the same way he brought me in and introduced him to this powerful homie who had the clubs, whatever, was lit. And I just remember one night being at the club. We was out of town. We was OT. And we at the clubs. And I remember my man homie came up to me and said, Rich, what you drinking? And I was like, yo, like it don't even matter. Like I don't tequila, whatever. He was like, you want champagne? You drink champagne? And I was like, I like champagne. And the nigga was like, yo, like get whatever you want, you know? And I was like, all right. I was reaching for my card or money or whatever. And he was like, yo, we don't do that. You don't do that here. Your money is no good here. You drink what you want. My man family. That's my family. I said, say less, my nigga. Salute. Appreciate you. And then I remember like, I don't know if it was the same night. It might have been another night. I don't know. But I just remember that other friend that came into the picture. He was kind of like trying to like weed his way in with this power friend. Like just, you know, make different moves and get in, whatever. When really you was introduced like I was introduced. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember one night being at the club, and this is slightly different, but it's the same type shit. And the dude, my man's homie, right? Because I told him, I was like, yo, we getting champagne. I don't know if it was the same night my man told me that shit or a different night, but I was like, yo, just go get me a bottle of champagne. And my man tried to charge me. And he was on some shit, like some personal shit.
I know. Oh my God. I hate that. That's like the worst bottom. But that's bottom feeder shit. But go ahead.
It was crazy because the powerhouse nigga only took him in and let him even help on the strength of my homie.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? And the nigga seen a quick moment to make a quick buck. That's all it was. It was like a quick moment. Like I know, you know, because in his head, he was thinking like, you know, bro gonna pay.
Nigga charging you for shit that's free. But go ahead. yeah.
No bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? But just weird shit. You don't do that. You don't. And definitely in this situation, for me, it was like, nigga, this somebody else shit. This somebody else shit who actually already told me, like, nigga,
you're good.
Your money is no good here.
Yeah.
You my man's man. I respect you niggas. I fuck with you niggas. Right. And for me, it was like, I'm humbled. I'm honored.
And for you to even pull your wallet out, even try to show you was coming from a genuine place. And now this newcomer's coming up like, no, you better.
But I told my man that I was with.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the original nigga that we all went through.
Right.
And I told my man, I said, yo.
Ain't this a little off?
I said, you see this shit?
Yeah.
He was like, what happened? I was like, this nigga talking about some money for the bottle. When bro already said, like
we good.
I wouldn't even let you do that.
Right.
I know people that do that shit.
So
yeah, it's just grimy.
They make money. They get it comped, and then they ask all their friends to give them money, even though it's fucking comped.
Yeah,
I know.
And that's
like
why
I work bottle service, and people fucking do that shit. Like I know it's $0, and they're like asking each friend for like $300. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, nah, that's
No,
niggas,
damn.
dirty.
Niggas
Like,
will do that type of
all
shit
the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen.
I saw it.
My thing is this, right? My thing is this to anybody that would ever come across this thought to do something like this, right? In the
money off
future.
friends.
My thing is this. If your friend wouldn't do it, your friend wouldn't do it. The friend that actually introduced you to this new person.
Yeah.
Your friend wouldn't do it. That ain't his character. That ain't his fucking MO. That ain't how he was built. Don't embarrass your friend like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't
Exactly.
embarrass your friend like that.
And that's the best part about it, because this happened to me before, where literally I'm in a studio sleeping. I'm younger. I'm in a studio sleep. And somebody, I didn't know. So when they called me and was like, yo, what you doing, bro? Oh, I'm in the studio. Oh, yeah, what y'all doing? I'm in the studio with Whoop-de-Whoop. I say who I'm with. All right, bet. I'm going to come through there. All right. Now, one of those people that came through, be in the chat. Shout out to you, because he's going to know this story and start going in there. I'm sleep. When I wake up, it was because it was some kind of noise or something made that made me wake up. But I'm literally on a couch laying down, and I see this person walk down the steps of this studio, and they look so angry and beaming to the other person. They run over and just punch him in his face. When they punched him, he like fell and started rolling. Like, so it's not a real backflip, but like he's rolling on the floor backwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's standing over him, and my people's dug in his own pocket, pulled the money out, like covering up, like, yo, like, it was some of your money, like, you know what I'm saying? Bleeding and everything. And it was because he went around to this person, borrowed money from him,
Right.
then ducked him, never told me about it,
You was lost when he stole him.
lost. And I'm the one
You
that
thinking your other
And
friend
you
is
said like
abusive.
you're the one
You
that's
thinking your one homie is abusive.
I'm the one that told him he was here, because he like, yo, who you in the studio with? Oh, I'm at the studio with people.
And you didn't even know
That's
that you were part of the
crazy.
setup.
And he was like super calm with it too. Like, oh, all right, bro, I'm gonna slide through there. All right, cool.
Wow.
Slide through.
Right.
Slide through. You know what I'm saying? And it's that type of shit that people get themselves into, you know what I'm saying? When you never even know. People get whacked behind this type of shit too. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a situation where nigga done killed you, you know what I'm saying, based off of that. You can't go around people with plugs. And who's devious with this? Women, to bother you, will try to infiltrate your crew. Like on a breakup, or a chick that you was even fucking with.
That's immature.
They will find a way to infiltrate your crew so they can still be around. Whether they befriend one of your homies' girlfriends, whether they try to, in some people's case, depending on where the respect or fear is at, fuck with somebody that's near and dear.
Yeah, they
or
trying to play chess.
All that shit
Yeah,
sound,
that's not
all that shit sound messy.
Right.
That's why for me, less is
I would
more.
never.
We're older. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people. I've known a lot of people all my life. Shout out to y'all.
But I think
I
it's
see y'all.
crazy.
I see y'all when I see y'all, but we not all hanging together, nigga.
You know what I think is worse? When people name drop you.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, like, don't
I
do
had
that.
this guy, right? So I used to live in these apartment complexes in Cherry Hill, right? And I knew the guy, like the manager, like the leasing office manager for years. I mean, you got to understand too, like my mom lived there way back in the day when I was like 4 years old, 3 years old. So he knew my family for years. So when I lived there with my parents at the time, like he knew us. So everybody knew like that he knew me. So one time I got somebody to live, you know, to be able to move in there through me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, nah, like, you know, so that, you know, the manager came up to me and was like, yo, like, I was like, he good people, you know, whatever. This person is a friend of his, right? Of the guy that I let in the last time. Well, not that I let in, but, you know, kind of like co-signed. Years later, circa like last year, my mom calls me and was like, yeah, such and such called saying that, you know, they name dropped you essentially, you know, to get a place in the apartment complex. Like, hey, like, you know, I'm good people, you know, I know Wally, you know, whatever.
Made you a reference.
Right. And I was like, absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't even know you like that. For real. And number two, I'm not going to co-sign something that I don't even have, like, any relation with you. I don't know how you get in this apartment. I don't know nothing. So don't ever name drop me. So then at the time, my ex knew him and reached out. I was like, yo, bro, like don't name drop her. Like, essentially, he didn't get the apartment, but he's like, yo, like, why you didn't even talk to her to be like, yo, like, I'm going to use you as a reference. You just decided to do it on your own will and just be like, hey, I know Wally. Like, no, we're not
Listen,
doing
me and Porter's, man, used me as a whole fucking, he basically pretended to be me to get a fucking liquor sponsorship.
Nah, for real?
Yo!
For real?
Yo, niggas swore I did a party with this certain celebrity. And so when I went to go get this liquor, I had to go work with this company to get a liquor sponsorship. It was like, nah, you burnt us on the last.
Oh, you told us about this.
Such and such party. And this is my nigga, so I love him to death still to this day. But I was like, I never threw a party with that person.
Bitch, what?
I never threw a party with her. They was like, you threw a party with, like, let's just say Nicki Minaj. You burnt the last Nicki Minaj event. I said, I ain't throw no party with Nicki Minaj. But I know who did. Right. Wow. And that's what happened was I threw a party with my peoples. The people came there, thought he was me.
I don't even know who y'all talking about.
He never said he wasn't me.
Right.
He ran with it.
He ran with it.
He ran with it. And then when he was able to make that call and say, yo, I'm throwing another one, something that he didn't throw, it partnered up with me.
Yeah.
Throwing another one or whatever like that, he was able to get that blessing because they saw how the last one worked out. But there's a lot of stuff like go on like that in this industry. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy.
I mean, in the industry, I think you can expect it more, but I think like when it comes to like personal friendships type shit, personal shit, and just friendship type shit, I think it's a different ball game. I think it changes a little bit.
Yeah, people do it though. That's how you look up sometimes, and you be like, "Yo, since when they start chilling?"
Because in work and like industry shit, you know, it's like terms change and different situations change where you can just be using somebody as like a reference,
right?
You know what I mean? And shit like that, like yo, they know me, whatever, like whatever, and that's a little different than just saying, "Yo, let me borrow 500." And you know what? Wally is my dog. You know what I'm saying? It's different because now you kind of like putting Wally under the gun on some shit that it's I don't know. It's money. It's a value.
That's when you get that call. That's
it's
like, yo, your man's tripping. Like, oh, I didn't even know y'all knew each other. Remember we all went out that night. He was saying something about man, he behind on his rent, this, that, and the third. And I was like, it's like,
you know what I hate? When they be like, yo, call your I'm not calling anybody. I wasn't even involved in the transaction. So you need to reach out to that person.
Correct. Shit like that. And I went through shit like that even on like street shit that I didn't get involved with. I'm the only nigga smart enough to be like, nah, this ain't the move. If y'all niggas want to do that, do it. And now I'm watching my people I'm friends with. This one burnt this nigga.
That's why, but that's why it's hard to help niggas anyway, because you hit me up like, yo, can you see if Whoop-de-Whoop can do this for me? And then if I do decide to see if Whoop-de-Whoop can do this for me, next thing you know, I got you calling me back like, yo, Whoop-de-Whoop fucked up. Where that bread at? Like, what up?
No, you asked me to hit up Whoop-de-Whoop to take your ass to Whoop-de-Whoop.
You get what I'm saying? A lot of times nowadays, like, you know, I can get you a source, I can get you the contact for the source, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you make your own contacts and let you make your own relationships. Because sometimes people make fucked up relationships, people make fucked up contacts, people do the wrong shit. Yeah. And then try to like almost like duck behind the introduction.
I could actually love you, but know that you're not good with responsibility in business.
100%.
I love you to death, but it's like, damn, man, now you need me to connect you with so-and-so, and I feel like it's going to end bad because I know that you're not good with this. But then I look like a hater if I don't give you the contact. So it's like, yo, that shit is a terrible position to be in. And I've been in it a lot of times. Actually.
No, me
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
It's tough. You got to be a tough guy.
We're gonna get into you got an etiquette for us, Porter? You got something for us?
Yeah. Man, listen, I keep etiquettes. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been working on a lot of shit, right? A lot of shit that we need to get right. And today I want to talk about traffic. Can we talk about traffic?
You the one that got traffic issues.
But do you be in traffic?
I do be in traffic.
I don't drive.
Hold on. All right. Well,
But you be in traffic in the back.
Hold on. I'm mad that I'm doing traffic etiquettes because my brother, my partner,
I'll never
doesn't drive. He
I'll
knows.
And then
drive.
Porter can't drive.
He'll know shit
Oh,
about
shit.
you. Hold on. We'll get into that later. Hold on. Me and her, I'm gonna fuck her up over that one. But hold on. Have you ever been at a red light?
Yes.
All right. Have you ever been at a red light and kind of when it turned green, do you feel like the person behind you honked too quick?
Yes.
That's
Too many
I'm
times.
like, dang, let the light switch.
They be laying
That's
on
my
it too.
thing.
I'm like, damn, it just hit.
Listen, this is a traffic etiquette for various reasons. Thank you, Angelina. We appreciate you, boo. Listen, this is a traffic etiquette for various reasons, right? First of all, we need grace periods. Right? Give a motherfucker a grace period, my nigga.
Lean with agility.
The light just turned.
Give it two, 3.
Secondly, you're not Ricky Bobby. What's the movie?
That's Ricky Bob. It's
not a fucking race, my guy. This not a race. Y'all be making me feel like we're in a race.
If you're not first,
holding
you're
you.
last.
If I'm at the red light, right, and that shit, y'all know I be on my phone. I'm gonna tell on myself. I be on my phone sometimes. And a lot of times that horn, soon as the shit turned though, the horn, burn, I'm like, nigga.
Not even there's that. People got kids in the car. Maybe my daughter. I gotta turn around for a quick second.
You know why? No.
You can really give somebody
It's because of niggas like the nigga behind the camera right now, my nigga Els. My nigga Els
angry
in
driver?
his phone, and he go in a zone
shit.
where the light been green for a whole minute.
So Els don't. So hold on. So Els don't need Els. Els maybe shouldn't have Els.
Els be trying to find the right song before he drive, and niggas would be ready to.
You know what? I
beat the
would
horn
cuss
off
Els
crazy.
out.
Yeah, my thing is this. My thing is this, right? It's not only about the light, right? It's not. This is a real etiquette. It's not only about the light. Some of y'all do this when we in a certain zone, right? Today, this happened to me today, and this what made me say, you know what?
He's triggered.
Yeah, no, it was triggered. I said, no, this is definitely gonna be etiquette. They're gonna get it because
They get it.
I was in a fucking 40 zone, right? I'm in a 40, right? And I'm doing about 48, right? The guy behind me has to be doing, he's trying to do 60. He couldn't do 60 with me
must
doing
have
my
been my
48.
ex behind you.
But the motherfucker get up on me, when I look at my rearview mirror, I'm like, oh, he up on me like a horror movie. You ever seen a horror movie when the cars get up on the other car?
Or
I'm
when
like,
cops try to
this is
twist you
scary.
down.
So, but I'm like, yo, I'm like, am I going slow? I'm thinking maybe I'm wrong. Let me check myself, right? Because we like to check
What
ourselves
lane were you
first
in?
before we snap.
Right.
He said 40.
Yeah, but left lane or right lane?
I was doing 45 in a 40. And again, this guy was speeding. You had somewhere to be. But what they got to do with me? What they got to do with why? For one, you could be trying to get me tickets.
Yeah.
You could get me, fuck my license up. Two, this is what y'all don't think about. And this, I'm going to tell y'all that y'all need to think about this because I come from the streets where a lot of niggas drive careful and drive slow because they got bricks in the car and guns in the car. And you don't know that. If I'm doing a speed limit in a certain highway, I'm chilling, nigga. Just because you like to speed for nothing and get tickets and go to jail on some drunk shit, don't honk your horn behind me. I'm chilling. Just go around me. Because that's what I do. When I got my days when I like to speed, right? Or a certain song comes on. I'm like, this is a speed record.
What song is that?
But you aren't chilling in the left lane though, right?
What song is that? That's a lot of them. I don't know. I can't think of them right off head because I got a crazy playlist.
Hold on, she said you wasn't in the left lane?
Because you could get a ticket for going slower than traffic in the left lane. That's illegal.
Of course, because that's a passing lane.
Yeah,
but if you're in a 40, it's normally like one lane going this way and one going this way.
No, I don't be in a passing. I know not to be in that passing lane.
Okay, then you're good, dude.
But it still be people behind me.
There is. My ex is so angry when he drives. He's one of those people that literally beeps at everyone for not speeding.
Today, listen, today when the motherfucker hit the horn on me, bah, bah, I turn around, I'm like, oh, this is a big ass truck.
That's when you step on your brake and you're like, now I'm gonna make you wait.
Instantly, because I didn't know if I was going too slow. I stepped on it. All right, I fucked up. Instantly, this is my first thought. Mm-hmm. But as I go, because I'm petty sometimes. I like to figure it out. I want to really figure it out and take it to trial. Was I really wrong? So I'm looking for a sign now. I'm like, I see the sign. I'm like, yo, it's 40. I'm like, I was at like 45. This nigga got me at like 55. So now I slow down again. And now here he comes. And he honked the horn. And at this point, I'm like, man, fuck you, nigga. Go around. Like, because it's like, why you trying to make people do what you do? Exactly. If you want speed, my guy. But don't try to make me speed because you want to speed. If it's a 40 zone, then everybody doing the 40 is right.
You better tell them you're not peer pressure Porta.
You want to know what I learned as a non-driver? I learned that everybody that drives thinks that everybody else can't drive.
Oh, yeah.
Because you become a professional passenger. So you're in the car with people and you just watch. So everybody curses at everybody thinks somebody stupid ass, dumb ass, everybody. I find out that everybody thinks everybody.
No, I just feel like everybody has their moment.
Some people with those issues.
Some people got horns from hell.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that y'all hit that like it's just disrespectful the way y'all even hit the horn. Like give me a little. I know what's up. Y'all be like, like that shit just happened.
Wait, there was a movie on this, and I wish I could tell you what the name of the movie was. But this guy was having a really bad day. He did all these mass killings or something like that. And this girl was having a bad day or whatever. So she honked her horn at him. He followed her to a gas station. She went to the gas station. He took her phone. He was texting people like he was her, found out her location. She killed his brother. Oh, it's called road rage.
No.
Duh.
Oh, wow.
Duh, it's called road rage. And yeah.
Could you imagine?
All because she beeped her horn at him the
wrong way. One of my neighbors got killed from road rage.
Think about it. Let's apply that.
One of my neighbors got shot around the corner in Philly from road rage.
Think about that. Let's apply that to this. Could you imagine if there was a serial killer out there and his way of choosing you was him doing the speed limit?
Yeah, he was.
And everybody, and if it was 40, he doing 40 on the nose. Matter of fact, he doing 39. And anybody that get behind him and honk that horn and try to change that,
you never know who's in front of you, and you never know who's behind you.
That's a movie right there.
To you later.
But you want to know something?
I'll talk to you later.
My girl watching this knows that I bring this up all the time. We was just joking and keeping shit lighthearted, but she brought up something that's actually serious, right? So I gotta bring this up before we get out of here. I tell my girl all the time because there's a lot of she got road rage like that. People do something dumb, they telling stupid bitch, this, that, and the third. And I always say this. I feel like a person shouldn't do that unless they okay with dying. As crazy as that sound.
Because you never know.
Every person that I ever approached in my life, I swear to God.
I agree.
When I say something to somebody, I never say it feeling like he might not kill me or he might not do nothing. If I was driving and I say something crazy to a nigga and he hop out with a car, you could guarantee my energy will not change. Right. Because I already know that that's a possibility when it happened. I believe a lot of people have died feeling like it's just words, or it ain't gonna really come to that, or 1 minute they fucking stupid ass all the way to please,
Next thing you know, it comes to that.
And then they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one way I will never die. I'm gonna die the same way. Suck my dick like I said.
I agree.
Nigga.
I agree, but at the same time, I just say, stay mindful. Try to stay disciplined, because I just went through something like a couple months ago, where I was kind of flying through a Cherry Hill Mall, driveway, like outside of Nordstrom's and Macy's and all that. You know, it's drive. You could drive around the whole mall.
Yeah, like an actual street.
Yeah, and I probably was like, I guess, going a little faster than somebody thought I should have been. And it was a guy with his girl. You know what I mean? And I remember, like, I actually seen him and slowed down like a car ahead. Like, yo, go ahead, cross. I thought I did the right thing. I was nowhere near y'all when I stopped and said, yo, go ahead. Because I noticed that I was going a little quick, but I've been seen him and been stopped.
Right.
And the dude was still in an attitude about it. Because I guess he seen that I was coming a little quick.
But it's like, bruh, but that
he was on some shit like and I was just like, so I pulled up on him and my temper kicked in. And I rolled down my window and I was like, what you say? And he was like, nah, like, nigga, you coming all quick and all that. I said, nigga, I seen you. That's why I stopped, nigga.
Right.
I said, I seen you and showed consideration, nigga.
Right.
What is you talking?
When I say go ahead, that was me saying my bad. I acknowledged you.
It was just me feeling like he was only doing that because he was with a girl.
Yeah, he was showing off.
Right. So it was me feeling like that. But instantly, I did kick in and say, yo, this nigga could have a pistol.
It could.
It could be.
Yeah.
So let me just
I'm
pipe
gonna
down a tab because like Dev said, we gonna
gotta be
stand on
mindful.
everything all the way out.
I'm gonna share this story while the girls grab the wheel. I'm gonna share this story. I was with Porta Rich at a gas station. Remember this?
I don't even remember this one. Go ahead.
I was with Porta Rich at a gas station,
I
right?
don't.
It was packed. It was the gas station on Route 70, you know, the big Wawa one. We pull up and we're waiting to get, it was a lot of cars. So remember this, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was our opportunity to get to one of the gas pumps. This girl comes and
She cut me.
she beast moding,
She cut me like in jail.
right? So
When somebody tried to cut you in the line in jail.
he was like, yo, like he kind of started snapping.
I should have cut her.
So then he like reversed and said something to her. He was like, what's up? So she was like, going back and forth. He was like, nah, but you cut me. You see me waiting. I'm like, Rich, like, it ain't that deep. Just let it. He's like, nah, it is that deep. He going back and forth. She got her window up. She was like, I didn't see you there. Like, I'm here now. He's like, so you not going to move? You're not going to move? You're not going to let me pump my gas right now?
Principle.
Yo, I had to calm him down because
Principal Porter.
that was out of pocket.
Principal Porter, man, they be principal with me. And don't get me wrong, I did have to recognize that none of that shit was worth everything we out here doing, right? All the amazing shit that we out here doing, like the Devinwade Show.
Right.
So,
And normally it's women that do that. Like a woman will really be there like, you about to get me in a fight with 18 niggas.
at that moment, no bullshit, it was a woman. But for me, like,
He was
Like,
he wanted the sauce.
I'm talking about you'll be with a
Yeah,
woman
like-
and a woman is cussing at a car full of niggas. Like
Right.
you do know that I'm the one that's gonna have to at least
Listen.
at bare
Right.
minimum fight for niggas. You
for
know that, right?
anybody out there, if I ever address you in any city, in any state, at any time about any type of situation and address you like I got a problem with what you did, it's because I wouldn't do it to you. It's because I don't give a fuck what you believe in and all that type of shit. I'm just telling you, we got to start like trying to just be respectful and be kind because everybody not on what you on.
And it's
You could
all
be
right.
on some disrespectful shit and think it's fly.
Right.
A lot of niggas is humble in the cut, very respectful because they know that they believe life is a boomerang. What I
what you
give is
gotta-
going to come back.
You know what you got to do?
Beat a nigga ass one
Right,
time
you gotta-
on tape.
You got to smack him with a stack like that.
What we smacking with stacks?
Like
Let's
this.
go.
I got
Spin
a
that
stack.
wheel.
I
Spin
got
that
a
wheel.
stack. I
Spin
got
that
a
wheel.
stack of my own.
Make sure you tell us what it lands on.
I got a stack of my own.
These are all really twerk braids.
Big butt. Big black butt and black.
He said big black boy.
Yeah, big butts and black. Big butts and black. I got the
Go ahead, Els. Go ahead, Els. Go ahead, Els.
Look for the real
ahead, Els. Go ahead, Els.
big butts and black.
Go ahead, Els. Els, get over here.
On the Devinwade Show, Angelina Sin City, going crazy. Come on.
He said, brrr. Yo, we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all hit the thanks button. That is your way that y'all can contribute right to our independent podcast, man. You know we always gonna have fun, you know what I mean?
The biggest, most independent joint.
Word up.
Tell them stop playing.
You already know what it is, man. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.